believe Democrats, what's the real reason why top Democrats are demanding an unredacted report when many of them themselves have not bothered to read it?
It's a shameless political stunt. That's the reality of this. The unredacted version of the report has been available to Judiciary Committee members and Intelligence Committee leadership for a long time now. None of them have gone to avail themselves of that opportunity because that's really not what this is about. It's a political stunt. They want to shame the president. And what's sad about this is that their hatred for Donald Trump is clouding their judgment. And worse than that, it's turning the rules of the House upside down and wasting the precious time and resources of the American people.
Okay, so they're holding Barr in contempt. They haven't read the report themselves. And by the way, Barr was doing his job by upholding the law by not releasing the entire report to the public. He didn't even have to release the unredacted report, but he did anyway. I want to ask you, first of all, why would you hold someone in contempt for upholding the law?
That is the question, and we spent almost 5 hours debating and discussing that on the House Judiciary Committee yesterday. The shocking thing that came out of that hearing was, among other things, the chairman of the committee, Jerry Nadler, who is the one that issued this subpoena to the Attorney General of the United States, by the way, commanding that he come and either break the law or be held in contempt of Congress. He admitted in the hearing, Julie, this was really just an attempt, he said, to begin a dialogue. You don't threaten the Attorney General of the United States with jail time and fines to start a conversation. It's absolutely ludicrous. And what's happened here really is they have weaponized the critical oversight responsibility of the Congress for their raw political purposes. And I think the American people are going to be very frustrated by this.
Yesterday, before the vote happened, there was a lot of bickering. Many Republicans, including Doug Collins, had asked Democrats, including Jerry Nadler, why not hold off on this vote until we hear from Robert Mueller? Well, that's the question of the hour. Are we ever going to hear from Robert Mueller? We've heard, swirling rumors of a possible May 15th testimony, but then when we asked Doug Collins, he said flat out, no, that's probably not going to happen. Is it going to happen, and should it happen?
Well, the problem is that the committees of jurisdiction, judiciary and intelligence, the committees that have the critical responsibility of oversight here, are being impeded in our work. I think everybody on both sides of the aisle would like to ask some of these questions and have Barr or Mueller or both. But when the chairman of the committee and the radical leftists on the panel are using and abusing the processes and procedures in this way, it impedes what we're actually able to do. The great sadness about this, the shocking thing is, the Attorney General would have come to appear before the House Judiciary Committee, except that the leadership of that committee blew the whole negotiation up.
I'm not sure
they did it for political purposes.
Why wouldn't Robert Mueller want to speak? I mean, he just spent $35 million doing an investigation 2 years later. All of America has been waiting to hear about this report. They've been unable to read it so far. Even Democrats haven't. But nonetheless, hear from the man himself. Here's Ro Khanna earlier today on why he believes that Mueller must testify. Listen to this.
I think it should. I really think that's what's going to help bring closure to this. The Justice Department has said he can testify. We want him to testify. I think, frankly, he has more credibility than any of us in Congress, anyone in the media. The country wants to hear from Bob Mueller. Let's hear from him.
I mean, if they're afraid of the media spinning this, why not hear from the man himself?
Well, listen, the man himself is a man of great credibility and integrity, and that's part of the reason he doesn't want to wade into this. He's not a politician. He sees the circus that these committees have become. He sees the sideshow, and he doesn't want to have any part of that. He did his job. He was a fact finder. He presented the facts, and, he wants that to speak for itself. I don't blame him for that. He's a no-nonsense character. That said, if he comes before us, I think it'd be a good thing. We could ask questions and maybe put this to bed. But I really believe that Chairman Nadler and the other Democrats are going to ride this out all the way through the election cycle. They think they owe that to their base, and they're going to keep making these raw shameless political stunts out of this, and it's a real shame.